Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a Psalms 119 morning. Guys, let's go to verse 26. I have declared my ways, and you answered me. Teach me your statutes. Guys, let's go to that declared my ways. Not only when you go and you look that up in the Hebrew, not only are you speaking it, but you've written it down and you've measured. I've recorded my ways. I've written it down, and now I'm measuring. One of the ways that we do that, going beyond the manuscript right there at JKM&A, we do it with the assessment, okay? Our coaches are, the assessment is something, oh, you see my book? Okay, so in my notebook, this is my assessment, and we study it. We study it for ourselves. We're not just going to come in here and say, hey, let's help everybody else. We help them because we tried it on ourselves first. We measure. So we come back and we study what we've written down, what we've discovered about ourselves, guys. And one of the great things that I love about it, this is my ways. So in my attributes, it highlights, it calls them maximizers, okay? So it says that my organization and completion of my objectives and of work function in particular is where I possess my highest possibilities. So organizing the group, guys, coming there and you completing, that's why I tell you, finish what you start. I'm going to help you get a finisher's mindset. It's a gift from God that God has given me, right? I'm strong in that area. But also when I've measured, okay, I declare some of my ways, because you have to answer these questions when it comes up and it does the science for you, okay? So I measure my ways and I was able to answer some questions, but they document, hey, why that's a maximizer. You may want to just watch what your minimizers are, okay? Balancing people's needs with organization and objective needs. Recently, let's talk about that. It's not that it's a bad thing, guys. Measurement just tells you, hey, it tells me where to focus. Because right here, this one statement, the more clearly we see a dimension of thought, the more able we are to use it. Therefore, we are better at it. So I can see the organization and reaching the goals and getting us to the end, okay? That's great. I see that well. But it says I can kind of become hidden to the individuals when I'm so focused on the goal, so focused on finishing strong, so focused on the end result. So guys, y'all know I have been the founding president of ACFW East Texas, right? But we had to make some decisions coming up this year because one of the things that I was able to come in and do in the East Texas area, it's smaller. I was traveling, guys, 2 hours one way to be a part of the ACFW DFW group, right? But all that extensive traveling, and then I found that there was other writers that then start writing with me to go because that distance was, they didn't want to take it on by themselves, but they would drive up from the different East Texas areas, meet me, get in my van, and I would drive them the rest of the way to the meeting, right? Well, why not start our own organization locally? There has to be other writers who are not able to make that drive, but if we create something locally, some of the things that getting enough tension of getting the group, gaining enough folks wanting to, because you have to have so many people, guys, that sign on and commit to the national to even start a group, right? And then I was like, well, how will we get speakers? These are my strengths. So I even helped with meeting with my gang, came up with the idea of how we can make the money to stay alive, plus do what we need to do locally. Okay, I've been able to do that. But what's happened is, with the sickness of my mom, who, thank God, will be coming home soon, but we're having to make preparations. Guys, a lot of my time now, I have to reschedule my life because my mother is a priority. And since she's had her stroke, life has changed. So some of the responsibilities I've been responsible for, I needed to kind of give out. But at the same time, some of the other members in my group, guess what? They've come into some situations and said, I wouldn't be able to take that on. So we reached a unanimous decision that, guys, it's probably best that we resolve the group. Our hearts are heavy. We didn't want to do that, okay? However, but it was a decision made. But now, because I've measured, I've declared my ways, when I'm focused on the group and getting it done, I've got it. But one thing that the group asked for was that the relationship, though, is important to us. We love one another. We don't want to just Maybe we're not what we need. We don't have enough people to be able to commit to the level it takes to run a whole organization, but we still want meetups. Can once a month, can we just, as friends, see each other? All right, guys, because I know this about myself, because I've measured, what can't happen is that now that I'm not having to report international and do all these things, okay? I can't let that fall off. We said we were going to remain a close-knit people beyond the organization. But to do that, I have to understand that what? Guess what? This isn't my strength. I'm going to rely on Miss Sharon, know who she is in our group. Oh my goodness, when it comes to, that's one of the things what I have done. And even my team, they'll let you know. I understand my weaknesses. Not only do I write them down, I acknowledge them. That's her strength. Okay? So if I tell her, hey, Sharon, keep it on my mind. Miss Sharon's a part of our JKM. She's one of the associates. The people? Oh my goodness, she's going to make sure that she'll tell you in a minute, don't forget God and the people, okay? And she'll put it on your mind. She'll make sure that those emails are sent. So it's not a bad thing that that's not my strength. I operate in my strength, and I gather people into my life and around me in the places where I'm weaker, and they prosper, okay? So I link up with them, build a relationship, and I say, I care about the people. Please do whatever it takes, whether my daughter will come in here and she will go in there and fix my schedule to make sure that they're not hidden to me. Because at the end of the day, guys, let's go when I said, Lord God, teach me your statutes. The greatest commandment is that we love the Lord thy God with my heart, my soul, my mind, with all of it. That's the greatest commandment. But the second to that is what? That I love my neighbor as myself. So yes, that is my strength. And guess what? Even everything around me focuses over here on organization and results. But God said, I'm teaching you. Why are you doing that? Don't forget about my people and don't forget about my word. Okay? So what do? Once you've measured and now that you know, go link up with others, guys. We weren't in this life. That's why I come against anything that brings division. I mean, anything that brings division among God's people. We were never meant to be divided, but God made us unique that we would complement the other. See, there's diversity. Ooh, it's good business. Y'all better get over there. Y'all better come to one of the talks and let me tell you about this uniqueness. Embrace it. But we got to work together. But if you're not measuring, if you're not declaring and writing down what your strengths and weaknesses are, your ways, how will you recognize it? You'll keep doing things the same way. I invested. I got my assessment done. Because, see, I'm intentional. I'm intentional about doing what God would have me to do. Guys, y'all better take that and run with it. I am Joy K Massenburge, your morning motivator, serving you a hot cup of inspiration so you can be productive and a joy to someone else. And guys, if you need to get your measurements down and be assessed, go right there to the website at www.joykmassenburge, that's MASSENBURGE, okay, .com. So go there. You can go right there on the website. Those services are there, guys. Let's get her done. I love you and take care. Bye-bye, guys.